Hey guys, Artosis here, bringing you some more CNSL 5. We are in the round of 16 Group A. This is the winner's match, and it's game number 2 between YSC and Killer. Killer able to, with a 9 pool, just destroy the chances of YSC in that previous game. A very fast one indeed. And here we go now into game number 2. It's going to be on Neo Sylphid, hoping YSC can kind of pull it together. Obviously, that was a bit of a build order counter. He tried to go a scoutless Nexus first against Killer, but Killer happened to go 9 pool, right? Any later pool in YSC is completely fine and, in fact, considered ahead. But in this particular circumstance, his risk did not pay off. So, good move from Killer. He's definitely just picking up victories, right? Like, he's taking situations where if he doesn't get damage very, very quickly, he's going to get behind. Really? Right? Like, both games that we've seen from him so far in this round, against Motive and against YSC, he was about to be behind, and then he just kind of kills him. So, good job to him. Well named with the ID Killer. His AK, by the way, Baxter. I don't know how he came up with that one. Always makes me think of Baxter Stockman from the Ninja Turtles, but I think Killer suits him a little bit better than Baxter does, I gotta say. And he does use the ID Killer a bit more, but I've seen him use both. So anyways, it's going to be a hatchery first this time. He set the trend, right, with the 9 pool. And look at this. YSC is not going to be deterred. Instantly throws down his Nexus first on that 12 supply that we were talking about. It's going to be a 12 Forge as well. There it is. So the same exact build as last time, but this time he's playing against Hatchery first. So Nexus first is a bit better than Hatchery first. Hatchery first can be done even against a Gateway expansion. The only thing it might have a hard time against on certain maps is a Forge expand where they send the 2 probes to do a cannon rush. So that's, you know, it's a pretty safe build. It's a good economic build for Zerg. But yeah, anytime Protoss can actually get away with getting Nexus first, that's absolutely fantastic for them. So nice opener there from YSC. And we'll see if it's going to change his luck as far as the match goes. You know, the advantage is not so big that you just look at it as a game loss. I would say it's a little bit less. It will certainly, I would say more than a little bit, but quite a bit less advantage than like a Nexus first in Protoss vs. Terran that goes unpunished. Now, here's the third hatch. He does decide to take it up this ramp, one of the only 3 high ground bases. This is super easy to defend. If you just Sim City a little bit, throw Sunken in there, basically invincible. It's definitely a base you don't want to waste a lot of resources trying to break for Zerg. Now the gas is coming up. The probe alive in that main base, getting some scouting done. Back at home for YSC. Gateway finishing up, so you should be throwing down that cybernetics core right up here, I think. There it is. Kind of a funny place. That's one thing I've noticed from YSC. We've had some different placed cybernetics cores. I guess this one in particular, and well, actually, yeah, no, I guess it was both games. Because it's the Nexus first, he only has 1 pylon when it's time to make it. The build is super optimized, right? So his second pylon is not even done, and the cybernetics core is halfway. So, yeah, that would be why we keep seeing those at the natural. Now, Lair gets started at the natural here for Killer. And the reason to do that is to make him think, oh, gosh, there might be Zergling speed on the way. And he's having a hard time actually getting the probe out to that natural check. He wants to take as little damage as possible. Incredibly important to keep this probe alive. And as he gets out there, he, like, well, if he gets out there, he would see a layer. But at this point, it doesn't even matter because, you know, it takes 20 seconds for that 100 gas, and he's already started the speed afterwards. So the speed could have been first, or the layer could have been first. He has no way of telling until one of them finishes, because he did not scout the start time. And again, you cannot see. There's no difference if this is upgrading or not. Like that pulsating, it's always happening. Okay, so anyways, I think he'll keep this live till speed, so that'll start to give him a better idea of where he's at in this game. The Spire gets started over here at the natural, so definitely trying to hide that still. And he doesn't see that, but I think YSC knows exactly what's going on here, honestly. Looking over here, oh, okay, take a look at this. So we have the second gate And we definitely have the Corsair starting, but this is a very quick Citadel and a very quick Templar Archives. This is kind of the beauty of this almost completely defenseless Nexus First. He's made 1 cannon and only 2 Zealots. And look at how quickly this Templar Archives is. So he's going to have a Corsair out very shortly here, but he's going to start 2 DTs basically quicker than we've ever seen. This is going to be very, very fast Dark Templars. So 1 gets started, 2 gets started. I'm intrigued. I don't think I've seen this follow-up from Nexus First, to be completely honest. Like, you see Nexus First a fair amount. Protoss like to mix it in against Zerg. But to get 2 DTs this quickly, that's something else. So we'll see what he ends up doing with it. The Corsair flying down, it's going to tell him where Overlords are, at least at the moment. There is one that's going to pop here. It doesn't see that one pop. Not yet, at least. There is one going to pop here as well, and a couple Scourge also. We have a couple Overlords floating behind, going to come up for that support, and some Macro Hatch as well, going 3 hatch on that high ground. And here come the 2 Zealots and the 2 DTs. This is kind of crazy. Okay, so there's a Scourge. The Corsair has to turn around. He saw multiple Overlords and a Sunken. Is that still where you go? No, it looks like he turns around. 2 Zealots and 2 DTs. Do they break this? I don't think exactly. Like, they technically can beat this and this, but there's more units popping out, so this should be held without too much trouble. The Mutas come in and get on top of this. The 1 DT, oh my god, he actually slips by, utilizes all that tankiness, and 1 DT gets in the main base where there is no detection, and Overlord gets started for that detection, but already... Look at that, 5 kills, and he's going to be able to kill the egg before the Overlord is out. Insane damage out of this DT thus far. Dude, DTs are crazy. That is amazing. That is amazing. Okay, so the DT goes to work on the spawning pool. There's still... Okay, here comes the detection. 1 Overlord floating up ever so slowly as he goes after the spawning pool. I don't think he's going to be able to kill that. DT can run away a little bit more, but looks like it's just going to get picked off. Okay, let's take a look back at YSC's base. So he's trapped a probe for the Corsair micro. You want this probe trapped so that the Corsairs stay stacked. It's just kind of how it works. Going up to 6 gates at the moment. Archon on the way. I wasn't really paying attention, but I don't think he's gotten any upgrades yet. You certainly, in this situation, wouldn't get Psystorm yet. Occasionally, you'll see Maelstrom, but with this Corsair count plus Archon, you absolutely don't need it. That would be a situation... You'd get Maelstrom in a situation where you don't have a lot of Corsairs. That's kind of your backup, your other way to deal with the Mutas. But right here, this is a healthy amount of Corsairs. There's 6 plus 1 almost done, so when that plus 1 finishes, they will be 2-shotting Scourge. And then we have the Archon as that extra splash damage, extra anti-air. Okay, up come the Corsairs. YSC looking pretty darn strong. He's already supply blocked him. 71 of 70 right now. The Zealots come up to do the tanking, and the Corsairs kill even more. Look at this Archon hitting that Sunken right through the wall with its range looking huge. And the Archon gets picked down very quickly. Some drones being picked off here. The drilling is quite amazing, I have to say. Like, this building placement has worked out really well for him. In the meantime, we have the Corsairs go up. They clear out the Mutas as well as any remaining Scourge. He does end up losing one. But look at this. These Speed Zealots running down now. This is going to be too much damage, I think, for Killer here. Corsairs go over to clear Overlords at that 3rd base as well. Oh my god, the amount of Overlords he's killing is absolutely absurd. Look at this. 7 Corsairs cleaning house. Not quite a supply block, but that's only because he's killing so many units with his Zealots. Look at this, a lot of drones going down. He's going to try to finish off that spawning pool he sacrificed the Dark Templar on, and that's going to end up working. He does end up killing it. Oh my god. And look at this, the Corsairs still hungry for more. Killing even 2 more Overlords, putting that supply block back on. A couple more Zealots running in. These ones will evaporate if he keeps them here. He does run them away, but you know what? They eat up some time on those Hydras, and the Corsairs kill even more. Oh, man. This is crazy. Look at the kills on these things. That is an insane amount of kills on the Corsairs. They have, like, that's wild. He's killed like 10 air units so far. There were like at least 2 mutas that were killed as well. Just throw that out there, so it's not only overlords. So it's like, I believe it's 2 mutas and like the rest are overlords, which is insane. Oh man. Okay, so it looks to me like a YSC victory, honestly. Like, he is getting so far ahead right now. A lot of Zealots coming down. The Hydra's trying to micro through this little choke to make less surface area for those Zealots. So it's like a very good location for him to take the engage. But as he takes the engage, the Corsairs fly over. They kill another Overlord. And, well, looks like we are going to have even more Psy Storms going down now. The Zealot count is drying up a little bit, but basically all the money he has is going into these Hydras. And, well, I guess he'll have just a few left over at this point, but another swarm of Zealots coming down and not enough Hydras to hold on at this time. YSC doing so much at home as well. He is getting the range upgrade for Dragoons. Robo Facility is up. Kadarin Amulet for more Psy Storm energy is being researched as well. And, well, the Zealots are going to be able to push up this ramp with only 4 Hydras left over. Obviously, they're... Oh, the Lurker Egg blocks. It is on technically high ground, so it does get a few shot misses, but it was already pretty badly hurt. I can't believe these Corsairs are still getting these kills. Just crazy. But... It seems like this never-ending parade should end up killing him. It's twice the supply right now. Look at this. 55 supply blocked against 106 from YSC. So YSC definitely looking to get his revenge with his Nexus first build this game. He's even taking out this macro hatchery. There's not a lot these Hydras can do. Their explosive damage not working so well against the Zealots, who do get on top of them now. Even more Overlords going to end up falling here. Just some absurd damage once again. And, okay. I mean, this has to be it. 41 supply against still 100. More Dragoons are starting to come out, or Dragoons for the first time, rather. He has that very clutch 4 High Templar count. And sitting here on the 8 gates, the macro going to be out of control. I see that 7, 8 mutas and 10 Scourge are on the way. So this is kind of the last-ditch effort here. The Scourge, like, if he can pick off all of the Corsairs and then utilize the mutas, I think he's thinking that that's going to be his best chance, right? It's been mostly just Zealots, excuse me, and High Templars coming down, so obviously mutas could do well against that. But now with the Dragoons out as well, to kind of deal that little bit of extra damage to the mutas, it seems unrealistic that he's going to be able to make these mutalisks work. So Storm's going down. He's trying to dive, and that's going to be it. GG. Game number 2 goes to YSC. We get a game number 3.